Hey, I'm Greg, and I'm not a fancy guy. I don't have a fancy workshop. I have a shed full of tools and a backyard. My father gifted me the hickory slabs that I used to make my desk. So, as a thank you, I thought I would make him a fancy mallet out of some offcuts from those slabs. But as I said, I'm not fancy. My wife isn't either, but she does on occasion like to do fancy things. We live near Brookgreen Gardens, which is an amazing place that puts on fancy events. They did one event, Wine for Wolves, where the proceeds went towards wolves. And I mean, wolves are awesome, and so is wine. I was there for that one. But my wife mistakenly signed the whole family up for some art at night event where you walk around looking at statues that are lit up. And that was it. It was boring. I have pretty bad ADHD, and it's hard for me to be bored. I tend to get in trouble when I am bored. And that is exactly what happened. My oldest, Kylie, was walking next to me, and as we passed a large bush, I hip checked her into the bush and then drew as much attention to her as I could, shouting, Kylie, get out of the bushes! You are not allowed to be in the bushes! From deep in the bush, I hear, Oh, I'm so gonna beat your ass. And she charged towards me. As Kylie and I grappled in the middle of a busy walking path, my wife walked up to us, pretended like she didn't know who we are, and kept on walking. I won the grappling match and threw Kylie back into the bushes right in front of some old ladies. And I again shouted at her, Kylie, seriously, you really need to stay out of the bushes. This isn't a playground. The old ladies were not impressed. Both my wife and Kylie got back at me later. One evening, shortly after the event, we came home and one of the dogs had had diarrhea all over the living room. I walked in first, smelled it, saw it, and exclaimed, Oh, one of the dogs crapped all over the living room. My wife walked in, saw it, said, Yep, and then kept on walking down the hall and back to our room. Well, guess I'm cleaning it up then. When Kylie got her driver's license, she was very excited to show me. She comes right up to me, huge smile on her face, pulls it out and shows it to me. As I look at it, she exclaims, And my picture turned out really cute too. To which I responded, Yeah, but it's not as cute as mine. And I pulled out my license and handed it to her. She took it, looked at it, and goes, Ah! And then dropped it on the floor. She said, Sorry, your picture really scared me. Man, teenagers are savage. That was so brutal. That's the end of my stories for this video. I'm gonna let you all watch the rest of it without my stupid stories and annoying voice, although I will make a couple other comments later on. turns out I really suck at working with clear epoxy, and I kept screwing it up. Each one of those scorpions is like 20 bucks off of Amazon, but it was more about the frustration of not being able to get it right. My wife momentarily couldn't bring to mind the term mallet, and so she called it a whacker, which I thought was funny because I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. So, in honor of my wife, in this scene, I needed a whacker to whack my whacker.